talking about the unconventional African.
Hey guys, it's your girl Elizabeth here with another episode of the Unconventional African. This episode is very, very near and dear to my heart because the ladies that I have on here are some high-class professional bodies. You don't even know how to normalize that one. That one is a lot for you because these girls, when they step out, you know they are stepping out. When they come in, you know they are coming in. Their presence is powerful. And that's why I had to come and bring them on this platform so that we can get gisting. I would like for them to introduce themselves. So I'm going to start with my girl to my left. What's up, girl?
What's going on? My name is Beverly Adeze, and I'm an unconventional African.
Oh yeah, keep them. And to my right I have...
My name is Cynthia and I guess I am what you call an unconventional African too. So.
Of course, that's why you're here. If you wasn't an unconventional African, you would not be here. This episode is kind of different though, because we're going to really focus on the fact that women, number one, need to love themselves. And the reason why I brought them on is because I know that the conversation that they're going to have is going to be very monumental and powerful. Because number one, you can tell by the way they carry themselves that they are very, very strong women. Number two, they care about the way they look and their presence. Number three, they have a great reputation in the community and they're doing things that others may not consider very conventional, although they may be in very conventional fields. So I will start with my girl Adeze. Since you want to throw her, you brought secret name. We call Adeze. Oh yeah. Tell the people, what do you do? First of all, before we get into really talking about different things, I want them to get a background on you.
Okay, so I'm a hairstylist. I know, right? So I have been doing hair. Actually, I started when I was about 11, just kind of playing. I was an only child back then, so I was doing hair then. And then I decided, you know what? I actually really like this. I really love doing this. So it's what I do full time. And now I'm actually kind of stepping into the MC realm, which is really it's really interesting for a female, to step into that comedic realm. So these are really the two things that I do.
Especially a Nigerian female in this day and age.
Right.
Because I too have emceed events and it's very different because we're in a male dominated, culture. And then you go out there and they're just like, eh.
You are going to command this room?
Yeah, you're about to command everybody. And they see how you not only do it with grace and poise, but you do it in a way where you're still have control of everything.
Right. Still feminine and still classy.
Still sexy, You wear your high heel, right. You can still more closer.
But I'm a clown. I'm still a clown.
Exactly. We can do anything. You guys don't even understand. So I just want to know, how did you even get started into the whole hairstyling thing? I know that you did it when you were younger, to have fun, or that was something you enjoyed to do, but how did you convince your parents that you want to be a hairstylist?
It's not easy.
Something that you can just do inside your house.
No, seriously. So, I went to college with your sister, and even when I was in my dorm and in my apartment, I was just doing hair, just here and there. And then it was really, and I was actually pursuing the medical field, right? And it was really when
everybody does the medical field. What do you want to major in? Biology, chemistry?
Because there are no other majors.
Somethingology or history, you're good.
I'm telling you. So actually I studied abroad in Spain my last semester before I graduated. And I remember before I went on that trip, a friend of mine was telling me, she was like, hey, I know you're going for this, this PA route and all this, but I really don't see you, I don't see the passion. I don't really see you, looking up stuff. And, when I see you, you're either on YouTube, you're always looking for the newest hair trend and things like that. So, and I'm so glad I went on that trip because it gave me time to think, okay, what is it that I want to do with my life?
That clarity.
Yes, I remember sitting in my host mom's house on my bed in Spain, and I was just like, do I want to live for my parents? I love them, I want to honor them, but I'm not happy doing this. So that trip really gave me the courage to do what I wanted to do. I graduated December 2015. I started college.
Hey, shout out to 2015 graduates, baby.
So that's really how I got started. So it was a lot. My parents gave me a lot of pushback, but now they're so supportive. So they really just had to see how serious I was about this, and the fact that I'm doing this, but I don't believe in mediocrity. So if I'm gonna do this, the Nigerian in me says no mediocrity.
Nigerian know they carry last.
Exactly.
So it's either you're at the top or you didn't do anything at all.
Nothing.
And that's a lesson out there for y'all, man. And that's been the narrative for this podcast. If you're serious about your craft, people will be serious about you. The moment you're not serious about yourself, nobody will be serious about you because nobody sees the vision. It's only you. So don't come and complain that my mom won't let me do this, my dad won't let me do this. If you're serious on focus on what you want to accomplish, you'll get there. Stop saying mommy and daddy. Don't use them as a crutch because mommy and daddy is not in college with you. So the thing you want to do, you can be looking it up, be serious. The money that they're giving you, that you're buying Jordan shoe. I'm calling you people out. Juvia's place.
Eyebrow has to set.
I'm telling you.
Your eyebrow has to set. Especially when it's...
Honestly, it's a waste of time.
True.
It's a waste of your talent. And we don't want you to do that. And that's exactly why we came up with this platform. Don't go and waste your talent. Be serious about yourself. Because when you're 50 and 60 years old, you'll be regretting it. And we don't want for anybody to regret this question. You guys see why they're here. My sister Cynthia, come and tell us, what is exactly that you do that as an unconventional African? Because we see that you're MUA, you do modeling, you take everything. You egusi, okra, ogbonna, you mix the two together and swallow them. I'm telling you.
Is this fashion design? It's so great.
I'm telling you.
Thank you.
She even wear brooch.
It's the Lord's doing, and he's a Chineke. Thank you.
Amen. Can that be the Chineke?
Where do I start from? I think I'd like to call myself, I'm a jack of all trades, but master of some. As an able woman, you cannot just have one source of income.
How?
Nego ya but one kind.
I'm telling you.
So, I'm a full-time law student.
Wow. Shout out to that.
So,
L2?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Montana Sale. I'm also a part-time model for Isoka Inofe on Instagram. You should follow her. Also, my outfit is Flair by Arani of Ashi. She's actually a blogger based in Houston, but she also opened her clothing line. Earrings are from Native. So I model for different people. Part-time home. No, we have to finish the book.
If everyone is part-time, they carry full-time join
us. It's full-time. But so I model. I'm a makeup artist. I worked for MAC, Bare Minerals, Mary Kay for a couple of years.
Wow.
So and just like you, I started off in Nigeria. I think the highest makeup I wore was like eyeshadow. You know when you do 3-4 colors.
Oh, no, yeah.
I was a rainbow.
I'm telling you.
So I came over here and I started, little by little. Obviously, you're still in school now. You cannot tell my mother I want to paint.
I'm telling you.
So obviously, I was still focused on school, but I'm like, I needed something to keep my hobby, just to develop my skills. And I started doing makeup on like my roommate, classmates, anyone that would let me disfigure their face for a couple of years. And that's how I'm self-trained. So that's how I actually self-taught. That's how I got into makeup. But I have a YouTube page. I'm a blogger.
Wow.
Sometimes. I also do photo shoots. So it's just, you have to diverse the field.
Diversify.
But we still have the degree to back it up.
Bam.
The degree is still there. So yeah, it's just, I guess for me, I see myself definitely as an unconventional African because I didn't stick to one path.
You didn't put yourself in the box.
In the box, yes. I don't want to be I want to be a lawyer. It's one thing I love. But however, I enjoy impacting lives with doing makeup, giving people makeup. Like the joy I see, when I finish doing a client's face, that when they see themselves in the mirror, it's like, oh my God. I actually had a woman that started crying when I was done. And I was like, so you're just going to cry that eyelash?
I'm telling you.
I was like, I'm happy, but it's like, your face. You didn't know how long it took me to put them eyelash.
Don't worry, we'll use foundation, beauty blender.
That eyelash. That's all I could think of. But yes, definitely doing different things and networking and just diversifying myself to the max.
I mean, the truth of the matter is we're millennials, right? Mm-hmm. So have now gained the advantage of being able to do many different things.
True.
Which is why we say it's not bad to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
Shabi, you went to school.
True.
I went to school.
True.
You two are in school. It's not, you need to go to school
Right.
because you need to learn a foundation
True.
of how to live in this society.
True.
Because you think 419 only exists in Nigeria. Meanwhile, we've been doing Donald Trump impeachment on TV.
Kingdom come.
I'm telling you, so it's not like there's not things in this society that you have to be aware of. You do. And going to school gives you the tools on how to research, how to look up things, how to be more aware,
True.
and how to multitask.
I think I like to see school as a backup plan. So, because most of our parents, you want to see why they're so focused on job, go to school, stay in school, get a degree. And that's because in an event where your passion doesn't pay the bills anymore, you need that degree to, you can always find a job.
Right.
Like, you can always be like, yeah, I have a degree, so
You won't go
hungry. That's always that's how I understand it. So it's like, yes, I'm a lawyer, but I'm going to be a lawyer. However, I don't see myself staying in that path. If you see me tomorrow on TV, Chawalam high five.
Yeah.
I also think though that going to school, of course, it broadens your connection as well.
Yeah.
And it also gives you a
Connection.
certain drive that I believe that you would, that I personally feel like I otherwise would not have if I hadn't gone.
True.
So I feel like I
Same.
would have just gone over from high school to straight. I'll just been basic.
Same. No, that's
but now
me.
it gave me that drive. I'm just like, listen, I've been to school with
You're disciplined.
disciplined.
You're disciplined.
And I'm very motivated. I'm self-motivated too.
True.
I'm just like I said, I'm not okay with just being okay.
Okay, exactly.
So
Thank you.
True.
But as far as like growing up in an African household, we all know how hard it is.
don't even say
It's like very, very hard. But at the same time, how do you guys feel about the fact that, when we're growing up, our parents, especially our fathers, oh my gosh, like fathers, uncles and stuff, don't wear nail polish, don't wear makeups, don't wear perfume, it's like, you want me to be a boy?
what I do look off.
Then they want you to do low cut. Why do you have to braid your hair all the time? Well, I only have this much piece of hair, so can I please preserve the one that I do have? I mean, the hair be like this, and we're still holding on.
You know the funny thing about it, I think my parents were different. I didn't have, my dad was strict, no doubt, but he was strict when it came to like boys. We're all girls. So he has that territory of, you're not supposed to have a boyfriend or male friends. He was very strict on that. But everything else he was chill. My dad would buy shorts for us. We were those
Wow.
we were those children. I'm telling you, we were
not adopted.
I guess he traveled, so like he was exposed to the Western world early.
Mm-hmm.
So like he would be the one to buy the knickers, short knicker, jeans. We'll be going to the village, market square with jeans. Masquerade used to beat people.
I'm
with
telling
jeans.
you.
It's us. They used to jeans.
Wow.
But that was my dad. So he was like, when you're exposed early, it gives like you see things from a different perspective.
Yeah, you don't have a desire.
You don't have a desire to do, and I really appreciate him and my mom for doing that, because my mom was definitely like, they have boundaries. You just know not to cross.
Mm-hmm.
My mom is like me. We're all friendly and all laughing, but when you piss her off to the point where she doesn't jive your face, it's better for her to beat you than for her not to talk to you.
Wow.
So it's one of those things that you just be like, I'm so grateful I didn't grow up in that strict African household, Nigerian household, because here's the thing, most of those kids that they were like choking, they're the ones that when they tear eye, new ones,
They're
just
choking.
I really suffer.
So,
Like my parents, even with just hoop earrings, my mom told me in middle school, I don't want to see you wear any hoop earrings. One day I forgot to take them off. You know that she's not scraped my eyebrow.
oh my god,
So now I have to do my eyebrow on top of the hoop earrings.
my classmate actually, I remember that in
Yeah.
secondary school, my classmate, her name was, sorry, I'm gonna call her name out. We're just gonna call her Jay. But
Jay.
she came to school, and I went to an all Catholic high school. I did my apostles in Yaba, and this girl, she was my birthday mate. That's why I always remember her. She came to school with like shaved hair and no brows, and we had low coats, so we already looked like boys. And then we had to wear these little tiny donut earrings. So when she came to school, and she had to wear her cap the whole day because she was so embarrassed, and I was like, "What's going on?" And then she moved. I was like, "Sis, what your brows at?" It was, I don't even know how to feel for her, but I was just like, my mom would never.
So did her parents shave her?
Her mom shaved her hair. I think
the same thing?
Yeah, because of something similar. And I'm just like, wow.
Right. And the eyebrow was actually my warning. So that wasn't even the max at what so the eyebrow was my warning. The next one, I had a parent-teacher conference. When I tell you that was the first, best, and last time my mom ever came to my school. So, and it was so funny how she did it. She picked me up that day. She didn't say anything to me.
Ew, that's the killer.
So, we park in this place, this like Chinese haircutting. But it didn't click to me. I was like, I've been walking behind her. I was like, oh, her hair is already done. Maybe she's coming for touch up. She walked and she told those Chinese ladies, she said, you see this her hair? I want you to off it. I said, are you? And it even got to a point where the Chinese woman was trying to kind of plead with her. She was like, no, I just, cut this much, she'll behave. My mom took the scissors from their hand and she chased me around that place. Now, of course, I'm not going to, hate my mom or nothing because she's shorter than me. But I wasn't going to let her do that. So she was like, okay, either you go and get this much cut off, like she wanted me to bleed maybe in 2 inches. Mm-hmm. Either you do that here, or if we have to go home, everything is coming off. I was going to fight for my hair because my hair was my glory. So I went home, and now see, I'm a daddy's girl. So I'm hoping, okay, maybe he can come on,
my dear,
whatever this thing that's inside my mom, maybe he'll come on and draw it out. So
no.
He even now came. It's almost like they were in a wrestling ring, and my dad came and now slapped my mom's hand as if
they ganged up against your sis,
held me down.
Oh,
scraped. All I saw was just my hair falling in front of me. They scraped it, and you can tell my dad kind of felt bad. Mm-hmm. But he knew that I was kind of getting out of control. Right. So he even, he took me to the bathroom. He was like, Adele, of course, let me do you. He was trying to do design, so he can take to school.
Not design.
I'm just looking like a boiled egg, And let me tell you, it was so, I brushed my teeth with the lights off for like 3 months.
Oh my God.
Because you go from having long, relaxed hair, I used to flat iron it all the time. And now it's just like, I'm looking crazy. And I even thought it was a dream. I woke up that morning because what,
Justin the dreamer.
I just felt the hair stubble on my pillow, and I even went to my mom's room and took her scarf because I'm like, there's no way I'm going to school like that. She woke me up 6 a.m. She said, you're going to tutorials. So I now had to go and when I got to school, I put the thing on. I was telling the principal, please, let me wear this, and then so that was how I was able to get a pass from the nurse. And the nurse was like, do you want me to call CPS? Do you want me to? I said, no. Because this one that should not cut off my hair. And then she'll cut off my ear. She'll look like Peter and just take my ear. It's okay. So I really, now that she looks back at it, she's like, okay, it was a bit much, but.
Girl, what's funny is that our parents take extreme approaches to things, but then when you look back, you're like, that was perfect.
I'm thinking, exactly. I'm thinking for that.
In those years when I was wilding, you corrected me early enough to where now when I'm going out in public or now that I'm older, I now have a correct mindset,
exactly.
Whereas people are trying to correct their children when they're 18, 17. It's hard to hold them now.
But that's the thing, they don't start early. And because I know back then it wasn't, when they say the community raises the child, it literally is like, my mom, I can count how many times my mom actually beat us. It was the teacher from school, we beat you. Then you go home, your neighbor, we beat you. Like, everyone whooped you up until when my mom said, like, I will just beat you, just go and sleep. Because everyone
everybody took it as their responsibility.
Like, you're their child. And if you go bad, it's not just a failing on the mom or the dad, it's failing on everybody. So I think that was one of the good things. But now in our generation, I'm just like, everyone is like, well, that's not my kid, that's not my child, it's not my business.
When we talk about this generation, I really do feel for them because our parents, although they took a harsh approach, they also taught us about vanity. Like, all of that stuff is just vain. Like, it doesn't really matter because you still went to school. Chevy, you still ate. You still did everything that you could do. But nowadays, it's like girls don't even, I know young girls that are like middle school, high school, who have to do their eyebrow, have to do this, have to do that before they even
They don't look their age. That's the thing. It's like you see a 14-year-old and she looks older than me. Like, when I tell people I'm 27, they're like, you're 27? I'm like, yeah. They're like, wow, you don't look 27.
People always say
and I'm
that,
like, it's not because I don't carry myself like 27. I'm like, you just do things accordingly to your age.
Right.
Cut your
You
clothes
can put
according
it
to
to your
your
side. Like
size.
you see 14, 15-year-olds and going to prom is like someone's wedding reception.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, because when I was 14 or 15, that was not even, all I was thinking of was, please, are you going to buy Christmas clothes for me?
Can I wear lip gloss?
I barely started doing my nails like after, like maybe halfway through college or after college. It's things that I waited for because you just hear, when you grow up, you can do these things.
Yeah.
When you become an adult, then you can do your nails, do your eyebrows, do makeup. I'm like, then makeup wasn't a big deal, but you see these 14 and 13-year-olds at the nail shop getting clawed up, and then and they're walking around, and I'm like, you're carrying the wrong impression because people are not looking at you like your age; they're looking at you like an adult.
Well, my issue with it is not even that you're getting your nails done, that you even enjoy to wear makeup. The scary thing is, and it's a problem with women in general, but especially it's close to my heart because of young people.
Right.
When you feel like you have to
Yeah.
do these things in order to feel good about yourself,
Right.
that's the danger zone.
It's no longer like a reward. Like,
Reward,
okay, you got straight A's.
Or enhancement.
Right.
Like, it's not like, oh, I'm enhancing something that's already there.
Right.
It's almost like,
Bits and pieces.
yeah, I have to completely look like a different person
Right.
in order to be beautiful. And that's what gets these girls on this like downward spiral of like changing who they are and all this other
But you have
stuff.
to see what they're exposed to. When you go on Instagram, for example, you see everyone with the perfect model body. You know that's not natural, sister.
Yeah.
Let's give your doctor an applause.
We know.
Yeah,
Well, we know. But
just because they're drinking tea does not mean that
They're
they will
showing
help
you flat tummy tea and Botox, and I'm like, these girls are looking at that, and that's where they think like, oh my God, I need to look like that to be beautiful. And to me, I'm like, and I think of it as self-love. It goes more like self-esteem. Growing up in Nigeria as Yoruba in the family, they damaged my self-esteem.
Me,
It's
Orobo.
It's like,
I'm president of the Orobo Club.
they've called me Akpako. Akpagare.
That's
Like, but you know the funny thing about it is it doesn't. I laugh at those, but it never. I thank God for my mom who was there to guide and like, you know what? Yes, she's big. My mom always made excuses, and I was like, now I think of excuses. I'm like, girl, God bless you. She said, no, it's baby fats.
Yes.
It's we go, and I'm like, I'm 27. The baby fats is not going anywhere. But they damage, like not damage, like you always like, why you know like your sister? Why you not skinny? Why you always get that pressure? And I'm like, these girls are feeling that when you go on. I equate that to what they see on Instagram now, because you go on Instagram, Twitter, social media, like you see these model like 15-year-old, like all these celebrities, and you're like, you're 21. And I'm like, wait, what? You're 21 and you're looking like you're freaking 30, 40 because you've enhanced and overdone it. And I'm like, if you don't love yourself, you have to start loving yourself. I had to love myself. I'm like, look, I'm never gonna be skinny. I was never the skinny child. Well, I grew up as a skinny child, but not as adolescent. The puberty hit, it was like, bloop.
Me, I came out the womb. Access weight.
I know, me too. Nobody wanted to carry me. Those people. Nobody wanted to carry me because I was such a big baby. But it took a while to love myself, and I had to appreciate. And this was before the makeup, before the wigs, before the lashes, before the eyebrows. It took a while. I have shaved my hair. I have. To me, I'm like, yeah, hair is amazing, but I shaved my hair, and I'm like, I'm a fine girl. You have to tell yourself, I'm a fine girl.
Oh, Maricha.
Without makeup, with makeup, your brothers are in trouble.
What's that song by those girls? I take your man.
Thanks. But you have to love yourself, and loving yourself is knowing what you bring to the table. Most people say I'm the table. I'm like, yes, I'm the table, but I love myself in the fact that I will not entertain mediocrity. And most of these young girls need that. They need that foundation, because it's like when there's no makeup, when there's none of these things, when no one is watching, are you still happy?
Right.
Do you need someone to constantly evaluate or tell you, hey, you're beautiful? No. I tell myself that every day.
All the time.
I said, literally, if you saw me these past 2 weeks, I was writing finals, I look like, Jesus Christ. I had Gucci bags here, Gucci and Prada. Gucci here, Prada, Louis. The bags are never high. And people never imagine that I would literally show. I'm like, look, makeup to me is an enhancement. And that's what I tell my clients, makeup is an enhancement. It's not it's not going to make a ugly person beautiful.
Yeah.
If you were what you were, let's not touch it.
But ugly, when I think of ugly, it's something that you feel on the inside.
Yeah, you can have an ugly attitude. Yeah.
If you, like, literally, because there's a time in my life, before I started this podcast, I was ugly. And I felt ugly on the inside. So everything around me just became ugly. It was like nothing I could do right, nothing I liked. I mean, I just felt ugly. And then you start to radiate ugly. You can put makeup, you can do everything, but you will still feel ugly.
I would say ugly is probably like you were depressed. It was like something, because I felt the same way too. It was like, you'd be like, all these girls are skinny. They can. You see a person, like an outfit that you want to wear. Like, I'll give you a simple example how bad it is. Me and my sister can have on my sister's skinnier than me. She can have on the exact same skirt. You think her booty's showing. My father would not say anything. The moment I have, it's not even nyash. I don't even have nyash to start with.
Kim.
The moment that my thigh is showing, it's a conversation.
So
it's like that comparison was always like, no, you have to cover that. I'm looking at him like, this auntie is still.
They won't buy you something.
I was like, no, you said no, I'm grown. No, that was small children days. I didn't know about mental health as a big deal until I went to Scotland where I did my master's, and it was like, it was such a big deal for them there. And you'd be like, why you guys, all these people were like, why are you people tripping over mental health? And it's like, they were literally like, it was people committed suicides, and these were like young people. The weather was so gloomy, and I like cold, so like they didn't have sun, so that actually added to their mood. They was like, I'm like, okay, what's going on? And they had to give me a whole session, a program I had to enroll just to understand the dangers of it. And then coming back here, I'm like, wow, I understand me being depressed at some point in my life. Like you said, like you felt nothing was making sense. There was a point where makeup, I wasn't happy doing makeup. And I love doing makeup, but I wasn't ever happy. And it was just those things you think about and you're like, wow, this is something that I'm passionate about and I'm not happy doing it. And then I was like, okay, I need to reevaluate. So that was the point that I was radiating that. My depression was, I was rubbing it off and passing it on to everybody else. Like, if I'm not happy, I can't make someone else happy. So that was, I could relate to that because it was like, nothing was working. Relationships, I'm like, look, don't even talk to me. Don't act like, I don't even care about your effort right now because I wasn't there yet. So I had to like find, my mother actually thought I was, she was like, please, my daughter is, my mom, depression, my mom was
I was gonna say, I feel for the teenagers. I feel like we kind of just missed that whole Instagram. We kind of,
we at the cusp.
Yeah. So I really feel for teenagers now.
God saved us. God saved us.
Because, and it's not just, I mean, there are people our age that are still falling prey to that, but I have to be intentional about not letting that get to me. I'm not enamored by the, whether it's the Bella Nigel or whatever, or just, the Instagrams. Like, it's nice to look at, but I have to remind myself that it's just reality. It's not reality.
It's not real.
You don't know what that person, what they go through behind that picture. They could be depressed as, all get out. And we're just seeing the picture now. We're comparing ourselves and we're doing all this. So I really feel for the teenagers now. And I believe in taking a social media detox. Yep. I believe it's so important because if you get stuck in that now, all of a sudden you could have been feeling great. And then you log on and now you're like, oh, you start feeling some type of way about yourself. Right. So, and I think women in general, just anybody, we have to be intentional about looking at ourselves, and be like, you're beautiful. Like,
exactly.
You're flawed. Nobody's perfect.
Perfect, true.
Nobody is. There's no, behind all those filters, they're going through the same thing we're going through, but even worse because now they have all these people looking at them and they feel like they have to be. I'm like, no, I should be able to go to Walmart or Target without makeup and still feel beautiful.
Oh yeah.
But then for them, there's that pressure of looking 100%.
You have to look perfect, exactly. And it's so funny because when you see guys will always tell you, I want to see your face without makeup, or the meme that comes out.
I look like Morgan Freeman.
But no, but the meme that comes out said like, take her swimming the first date. I said, no, baby, this waterproof foundation.
Yeah.
I spent so much money on this bead. Do you think water is going to wipe it off? Like, I can't even pour soda on my face. This bead ain't moving nowhere.
I mean, it's true. Like, yes, I think that for our generation and beyond, it's tough.
Right.
The way people perceive you is so much more important because there is so many platforms on there where you are encouraged to showcase yourself.
Right.
And so many people are caught lying about who they are, what they're doing,
right,
just so that they can fit in.
Right.
But that's why I think that like what y'all do is so important, because yes, you can, slay their hair complete. But while you're doing it, you get an opportunity to be that therapy for them, to be that encouragement for them, to change up their look, encourage them to, okay, yeah, girl, I know you want to do it like this picture, like this girl. You may not look like her, but you're going to look like the best version of you.
Right.
And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with you with the makeup. And it gives you an opportunity as you're beating their face. Like, here's, different things that you can do. And, oh, I like your skin. I like your eyes and stuff. You get to encourage them, because these are things that other people don't get to see about them.
True.
And that would give them insight on themselves.
Right.
And even just like you modeling, being plus size and seeing you on different websites, it encourages, especially people like me. I'm like, okay, if she's wearing that bonnet, me too, I can wear the bonnet.
I never thought I would do modeling ever. When I tell you, it was such a, I don't even know. I think the first time I ever showed it to my dad, he was looking at me like, Onyekwa. That was my mom's reaction. But I never thought I could do it. But it's,
you looked great.
Thank you guys. It's so I don't even, I was just seeing myself as a model. I never for once thought about that. But having young girls like even reach out to me like, hey, wow, she's so beautiful. And I'm like, thank the Lord though. But
it's black soap.
I'm my mother's prayers. But just seeing that. Because you always see like skinny girls, like the skinny model, like everyone, I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. Like, but everyone is not skinny. Everyone is not gonna look like that. I want to know how that outfit is gonna look like on me, because it's not gonna look the same.
But it's not just even size. It's up to color,
yes,
and all kinds of stuff. Whether you have freckles or no freckles, this or that, acne or no acne. It's like at the end of the day, your black is beautiful. Like your version of you is what makes you beautiful. Whatever spectrum that you're on, you're beautiful. And I love that that's what you guys portray. Like, yes, I tell people, oh, you need to do social media detox and stuff like that. But I've been going on social media and I get encouraged, especially doing this platform, because I look for people to be guests. I'm like, my goodness, this person really exudes what it means to be not only unconventional, but proud of who they are. Genuinely. Even when you came out with like doing the MC stuff, I was like, hey, I get that.
It was honestly, it's crazy. It was kind of scary to even start doing parodies again, because I would do some for ASO at Texas Tech, but even doing that again, I felt like I had to be this super deep person all the time, and I felt like the fact that me being a female, and hey, I like to do jokes, I like to dress up in funny characters. I felt like, am I doing the most? Like, are people gonna take me? But I'm so glad that I didn't listen to that voice, because I really enjoyed doing it. Yes, you can.
And people look forward to it.
Exactly.
What's your character's name?
Mama Agnes Okonkwo.
Mama Agnes.
I get it.
Yeah. She said in one of her parodies, are you doing competition with your colleagues? I was dead.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness. Like, we're as females, we're able to do it all. And 2020, I hope that you guys are ready, because we about to start stepping on the necks of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? We stepping on necks. And I'm encouraging all of my females out there, get ready. 2020, we stepping on necks. Listen to these podcasts and be encouraged, because you have something great inside of you. Whether you can do hair, do makeup, MC, model, whatever it is, go to school, be lawyer, doctor, engineer, whatever you want to do. Just make sure in this year 2020 that we are in, that you are stepping on next.
Yes.
That is how we are doing it this time. This is Elizabeth, and I am telling you that 2020, I vow to myself to step on next. Are you going to step on next?
I've broken the neck.
She's already broken it. 2019.
We have broken the neck. We have broken. There's no more table.
Adeze, are you stepping on next?
I was not even talking. I'm even matching now.
Hey. That's it. That's the benediction. Everybody is stepping on next.
Yes.
All right, guys. So before we wrap up, I would like for you to let people know how they can contact you and stuff like that, and follow what you're doing on social media, and make sure that they can book appointments, because if we're stepping on next, we need to look good doing
I'm
so.
telling you. So my social media, well, my personal social media, which where all my parodies are, that's Bev Adeze. That's BEV_ADAEZE. And my hair page, if you want to see some of my work, is Beverly Eze. BEVERLYEZE. So hope to see you guys soon.
Yes, make sure you book appointments so that when you're stepping on the next, your hair is going left, right, left, right,
Your edges are
left,
tight.
right, left,
Hello.
left. Ooh, baby, now
They must follow you to 2020.
Facts.
Quick prayer for the edges.
Amen.
I'm telling you.
Anybody who has lost their edges in 2019, it will be restored in 2020.
Amen.
Double portion.
Amen.
You will have them, they will lay.
Amen.
If you put them one corner, they will stay.
There we stay, my dear.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Oh, yeah. So tell us how we can get in contact with you. How can we book appointments from the Igbo legally blonde herself?
Legally blonde with black hair.
I'm telling you.
Sometimes so. So my Instagram social media handle is SynCity. So SYN_CITY1. So that's my personal Instagram handle. My makeup page is actually SynCity Glam. So SYNCITYGLAM. They're both linked, and if you just like send me a DM and book an appointment. I'm in school full time, but I do accept appointments. I just need heads up. I can't do no last minute.
No last minute.
Yeah.
Because if they're stepping on ahead 2020, they will plan ahead.
Exactly.
So if we're doing hair and makeup, it needs to conjoin together. Maybe they will book with you on Monday. Tuesday they book with you.
She said I'm working.
They will revise it.
They will go to her first and then come to me.
Yeah.
Go to her.
However you do it. Just make sure they are operating at the time. You people shouldn't be going anywhere on Tuesday anyways. Go and eat taco Tuesday. Amen. But it's been great having you guys here. Thank you for your influence. Thank you for coming on the podcast. I love you guys so much.
Super proud. I know. I was like, is this really good?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're killing
Well, guys, that's the wrap up of this episode. The Unconventional African is out.
I'm talking about the unconventional.